everyone, I'm Alicia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow look using the new Alter Ego Temptress Eyeshadow palette. Luckily, I did receive this in PR. Tiffany from Alter Ego actually reached out to me and asked me if I would love to try it out and review it, and I was like, hell yeah. It's actually inspired by the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry eyeshadow palette. I did a swatch video on this palette maybe a day or two ago. I'll link that in the description box down below, or I'll put it in one of the little icons on the channel so that you can click it and watch it. I already gave you my thoughts on the palette, so I'm really not gonna go back into that as well. Like, I'm not really gonna do a shade breakdown or anything like that. I'm just basically using the palette for the first time, as well as seeing how they perform, and just wanted to create a spring inspired look. This is what I came up with. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's giving me life right now. So I don't want to keep rambling on. I'm just gonna go right into the tutorial. Okay, so I did the other eye off camera. Now I'm gonna show you how I did this eye on camera. You saw a preview of the finished look in the intro, so I'm just gonna show you how I recreated it. I already did my eyebrows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in the shade dark brown. Now I'm gonna just walk you through the steps of what I do after I do my brow, which is just cleaning it up. And the reason that I'm showing this is because it's actually part of the look and how I helped to create this look. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking into the mirror right below the lens. First, I'm going to start off by cleaning under my brows using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Chestnut. And I'm taking a Morphe flat concealer brush. I got this from the Eyeshadow Brush set. I got it from Ulta. I'm not sure if it's on the Morphe website or not, but I really like this brush to help clean up under my brows. Really great brush for that. And I'm just going to follow along where I just filled in my brows to clean it up and make it more precise. I wanted to have that really nice clean look. Oh, if any of you are wondering how I do my brows, I'll link a tutorial on how I do them. I do them one of two ways, one using a dip brow, the other using a pencil, but I'll link both the videos down below in the description box so you can see how I do it both ways. And as you can see, I'm patting the concealer in. Normally I set my concealer, but with this look I wanted the pink, well not the pink, the coral shadow to be really, really vibrant. So I'm not setting it today. And that's what I tend to do when I want really, really, like when I want my eyeshadows to be really vibrant and pop. Normally I set my concealer, but for today's look I'm not going to do that. I apologize if you hear like any extra noise in the background. My son is watching Happy Feet, and although he has on the headset, he will still find a reason to make some sort of noise. So if you hear anything, that's him, and I apologize for that. And by pressing it in, it's pretty much setting it without the powder. And I'm trying to keep this above my crease, which is right here. I'm just patting it down to right about there. For this look, I'm going to be using the Alter Ego Temptress Eyeshadow palette. I did a swatch video for it. I'll link it down below as well. And I'm going to be using the shade Seduction as my brow bone highlight. Because I didn't set my concealer, I'm using patting motions while applying my brow bone highlight rather than swiping motions. And that's because if you put something dry onto a wet base and you try to blend it all right away, it tends to get like real murky and muddy and pretty much impossible to blend. So that's why I'm patting it first before I blend it out. I didn't have any problems with any of the shades, but then again, I just did a swatch video, so right today is pretty much like a first impressions on how the shadows perform and stuff. But Seduction's really pretty shade. I didn't have any problem building it up. It applied really nicely, so I honestly have no complaints about that shade whatsoever. And as you can see, it's really, 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 really bright, and it has like a nice sheen to it. Like I said, I didn't have any problems with these shades so far, but just wanted to let you know. So now taking my Milk Jumbo Pencil by NYX, I'm gonna pat this all over my eyelid, and I'm gonna try to keep this below the crease. And the reason I'm going to keep it below the crease is because when I blend it out, I'm actually going to blend it out into my crease, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to keep it really low onto my lid itself and really pack this on. Don't worry if it gets messy because, like I said, you're going to blend it out in a second. So now that my full lid is covered in the Milk Jumbo Pencil, I'm going to take this concealer brush. Well, I'm assuming it's a concealer brush. Alter Ego sent this to me as well. It's too big to be an eyeshadow brush in my opinion, so I'm just using it to blend out concealer or any type of bases on my lid. And so far, I really like how this brush performs. So this is the brush I'm going to use to just gently pack the white all over the lid. And this is going to help to blend out any of the product as well as help blend it into the any like lines and stuff that you may have on your eye, and just to make sure that the jumbo eye pencil that you're using as your base is pretty much evenly coated all over your lid. Now I'm going to go back into the Temptress palette and I'm going to use an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Blush, and I'm going to pack it onto the base and really press it in. This shade, look at that, hella pigmented. I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever, and it built up really nicely. So I'm just taking this shade and packing it all over where I applied that base. And right now I'm just packing this on just to set the base, and then I'll go back over it to build up the color. This shade, it's okay if it goes a little bit past your crease because you're going to wind up blending it out anyway. But if you can, just try to keep it really low below the crease if you can help it. And as you can see how vibrant this matte shade is, and how there's virtually no fallout that I'm experiencing by me doing it like this. The shades are buttery, so there tends to be fallout in the pan itself. But as far as me packing it on, I'm not having any issues with fallout on my face whatsoever. This is such a pretty coral shade. I really, really like this shade. This look, I just really wanted a cute springtime look, so that's why I mainly played with this shade only. Okay, now that the color is all packed onto the lid, I'm gonna use another Alter Ego brush that was sent to me. This one looks like it looks like it could be a blending brush, but it also looks like it could be a tapered crease brush. Unfortunately, the brushes don't have any numbers or names on them, so I'm pretty much just taking a guess. But it is very similar in like the shape and the way it's tapered to the Morphe M330, and I tend to use that brush as a blending brush, so that's exactly what I'm using this for today. Like I said, really nice brush as well. Didn't have any problems with it. Both the brushes worked very well. They blended product out very well. Didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. So I'm curious to see if this is just like these were the only two brushes they had. I even looked on the site. But I'm thinking maybe they're going to have a full line of brushes down the line. And if so, I definitely have to get it because I really liked how these brushes perform. They don't feel synthetic. They don't feel scratchy. They look and they feel somewhat like sable hair or maybe human hair. They're just really soft and they're not scratchy. And I really liked how this brush blended out the next shadow I'm about to use. Dipping into the shade Lust to blend out any harsh edges that I created when I applied blush. I'm packing as well as blending this shade. You pretty much just use that to set the base. Now I'm going back in to blush with the eyeshadow brush, and I'm dipping the point of it itself. Instead of swiping like you normally would, I'm actually dipping in like that. And the reason being is because I'm now going to deposit it a little above the crease. Now I'm swiping the brushes if I normally would by just patting into it and then going on top of it. Back in with the tapered blending brush and into Lust. I'm going to apply some above that shade and just start to blend it out. This look is very basic, but it is very catered to just blending your shadows accordingly. Like I said, it's not the most difficult look in the world, but it does require a lot of back and forth and a lot of blending. And like I said, I just really wanted to create a nice springtime look. I normally don't do looks based on seasons and stuff, but yeah, I just really wanted to play with this color. So that's how we got to where we are today. And now I'm starting to slowly blend up to where that brow bone highlight is so that it isn't so stark. And just alternate back and forth between the eyeshadow brush and this blending brush. I'm going to go in with some more of the Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil, and I'm going to go into my lash line as well and line that. Trying not to get it on my waterline, but if you do, that's perfectly fine. But I'm just really trying to keep this on the lash line itself. You don't have to put too much because you're just going to wind up taking the same concealer brush and just slightly blending this out. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can apply that coral shade to my lash line. And it gives it something to adhere to. With that blending brush and go back into Lust and blend out the lower lash line. Going into the NYX Wonder Eye Pencil in Deep Profound, I'm going to line my waterline. So now I'm taking the Pure Fully Charged Mascara and I'm going to coat my lower and bottom lashes. I'm going to take a clean blending brush and I'm going to blend some of this highlight away because it's still looking a little too stark for me. I'm using the Ace Beauty lashes in the style Cerina. As my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go in with my concealer brush and go back into Seduction and just pat it right there. And this actually is going to complete the look. I'm going to do the rest of my face off camera and then I'll come back. And this is the completed look. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Also like and subscribe to my channel and then make sure to hit that bell so that you can be notified as to when I do my next upload. I really love how this look came out. I really, like I said, I really don't do like season inspired looks and stuff like that. I probably have on my channel, I think maybe 2-3 years ago, but nothing too insane. I may actually start to do it on my channel. I don't know. I still haven't figured it out yet. But like I said, I really hope you enjoyed this look. I really enjoyed playing with the palette today, even though I only technically used 2-3 shades. But I do have more looks coming using it. The brushes were really great. I loved how they performed. I have no quarrels with them whatsoever. Like I said in the video, I do have tutorials for how to do my eyebrows. I'll list it down below. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I also have a tutorial on how to apply false lashes as well. I'll also link that down in the description box as well. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, any products that I have on my face will be listed down in the description box as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you spending time with me, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.